What's up, y'all? It's Tuesday afternoon, about 12:30, and I'm gonna head out here to check out what's going on with some ammo. As y'all can probably see, it's old cloudy, rainy day out here today, so I started not to even come out, but I'm headed to my range tomorrow. I've got some other plans on Thursday, and I've actually got a new tool I've got to pick up down here at the arcade, so I figure we might as well run in there and see what's going on with the ammo. All right, y'all, in the Rural King here, don't look like they got a whole lot in just yet. Looking a little slim on the 308. The 7.5 12 gauge, I don't think it was here last time. $9.99 for that. That's not terrible if you need some just regular game load. 7.5. 45 ACP looking about the same. Not a whole lot there. A couple little boxes of 30 Super Carry. I imagine that's being sold because people are probably buying it and mistaking it for something else. 40 Smith & Wesson is one thing they've always got. Tons of that stuff in here. A bunch of punch as always. This Hornady 180 grain stuff, I need to test that. I've got a couple boxes of that. $21.99 for their arms core. That's probably the best deal as far as FMJ. 9mm, that's looking pretty bare too. They got a couple little, let's see, we got some Winchester here, $18.49, and Remington for $16.99, both of those FMJ. And then over here is looking pretty bare too, so I expect they ought to be getting something in here pretty soon, hopefully. All right, y'all, we made it out to Rural King again. It's definitely looking sad in there, as y'all see. Bunch of empty shelves as far as where the ammo goes. I don't think that's really a supply issue though. I think that's some kind of something going on with the inventory process here. They were telling me that they had zeroed out a bunch of stuff, so they're expecting a good bit of ammo to come in hopefully next week. But anyway, since it was slim pickings in there, I don't know if y'all remember a couple weeks ago I mentioned about one of my local pawn shops having a few different types of ammo that I kind of wanted to check out. So I'm gonna run by there and check that out, then I'm gonna swing in my local shop, then we'll head back to the house and I'll show y'all what I ended up with. All right, let's see if we got anything new in here. We won't go real slow unless there's something that catches my eye that I hadn't seen. I think y'all have seen this. Y'all can check my video last week or the week before for most of this. 454 45 Colt. There's that HTP I've tested. Looks like they got some 44 mag in that HTP too. I think I might have some of that. I'll grab some if not to test. Still got a bunch of that Underwood loaded gold dot I've been talking about, the plus P plus stuff. Tons of 357 38 380. Like I said, all of this I believe y'all have seen before. I don't see anything new that's catching my eye just yet. Still got tons of that powder that's been in here. Bunches of 22 LR and some 22 mags, several different kinds of that. Gold dot, Remington, a couple different Remingtons, a couple different 17 HMR, some Dynapoint that I'm definitely gonna pick up to do some testing with. Bunch of 7.62 223. Y'all, like I say, y'all seen that before. All their hunting rounds stocked up big time in here. Pretty much anything you're looking for, although I have noticed that they don't have any 4570 in here for whatever reason right now. Did see something new that I hadn't seen in here. I'm gonna grab some of this for sure. Some Critical Defense in 308. Definitely gonna get some of that. $38.99. It ain't cheap, but I gotta test that for sure. Shot shells, I believe, looking the same. I always check this little corner right here because that's where the 410 will be. They do still have this triple aught buck, but like I said, it's pretty expensive. That triple aught buck, $11.99 on it. But other than that, pretty much the same deal in here. A little bit of everything. All right, y'all, we're back at the house again. As usual lately, it was another pretty light week this week, so it won't take long to go through this stuff. So before I jump into it, if y'all would, if you enjoy these videos, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and make sure you click that bell notification icon so you can get notified when I upload new stuff. So like I said, another light week this week. As y'all saw in the arcade, them shelves in there are looking pitiful for the most part, but I did find out that may be an internal inventory type thing that's not being done exactly right, so that might be changing soon, hopefully. But I did grab a couple things from my local shop, starting with this Winchester Dynapoint 22 mag, 45 grain copper plated hollow point stuff. As you can see, it's considered a hollow point, but there ain't really much going on up there. A little bit of a dent is all you can see there. I think I already mentioned I actually had somebody request that I test these out, and my local shop just happened to get them in, so I figured I'll run these through a few different barrel lengths and see how they do. So just a couple boxes of those, like I said, $13.99 a box. And then something else that caught my eye was this Hornady Critical Defense in 308. You got the 155 grain FTX projectile in them. Really nice nickel plated cases there. Y'all know I've tested Critical Defense in several other different calibers, so I hadn't seen these in 308 locally at all until now that I'm aware of, so I had to definitely get some of these. I'll probably run these out of the SCAR, and I've actually got another round that should be perfect to put up against these, so this should be a really interesting test. These things were definitely not cheap now, I can tell you that. They were $38.99 per box of 20, so I I just got one box for now to see how they do. And then from there, like I mentioned, one of the local pawn shops has got some pretty interesting different older ammo in there. So I went in there and grabbed a couple things. The first thing I ended up with this 22 short R25, I believe it's RWS brand or Dynamite Nobel. I'm not sure what the brand is. It's German made stuff. Like I said, 22 short. It is a 29 grain. Yeah, I saw there 29 grain projectile on it. I'll show you here. I've never seen these, so like I say, I don't know much about them at all, and I hadn't done any kind of reading up or research on them. Really nice looking nickel plated cases on them though. They look like some pretty high end rim fire as far as rim fire goes. So I got 2 boxes of these. These were $9 a box is what I got him to give me these for. So he's got several of these in there. Honestly, I don't know that I'll even run these at all. I just really liked them because it was an unusual box and something I hadn't seen before. And then the other thing I picked up while I was there was some of this Winchester Ranger bonded in 38 special plus P. It's the 130 grain bonded jacketed hollow points. These are basically the SXTs. You know, if you've looked at the whole timeline of the black Talons, you go from the Talons to the SX to the Ranger SXT, which is, I'm pretty sure, basically what these are. They may be a little bit different. I don't know that these are still offered in this configuration like this. I think they might all be T-Series, but somebody out there, y'all might know. You can tell me different in the comments, but either way, these should be a really good test. Like I say, I got 1 box of these. These were $40 for the box of 50, so I guess not terrible. Nice nickel plated cases, and these should do really good if they're loaded nice and hot for a 38 special plus P. So 1 box of that, like I say, for $40. And last but not least was a couple things that was sent to me from Mike. So Mike, I really appreciate you sending these my way. The first thing he sent me was a box of this Underwood 45 ACP plus P Extreme Defender, 135 grain. Really nice stuff. Y'all know about the Extreme Defender. I've tested it in other calibers, other rounds already. So you got the solid copper fluted projectile there, nice nickel plated cases. So 45 ACP plus P, these are probably some pretty good performers. So he sent me 1 box of those. And then the other thing he sent me was a box of this Winchester Ranger T-Series in 45 ACP, 230 grain. Now, some of y'all out there are probably saying you've already got some of that stuff. You've already tested it. And yes, you're right. I've actually got 2 or 3. Well, I've got 3 boxes of this stuff, but it's a little bit different, or we thought it was a little bit different. So y'all all familiar with the T-Series. I've tested this in several different calibers. But like I say, there's a little bit of a difference going on here. I'm not going to give it away, and I'll explain it in the video. But what I can tell you is what I just showed you here, it gives you a big hint if you've really paid attention to the ones I've tested. But that's all I'm saying. And that was actually it for the week, y'all. So like I said, a really light pickup this week. Nothing I would consider a super great deal or anything, but definitely some really interesting stuff that should make for some good testing. So y'all let me know what you think about the pickups this week, and let me know what kind of scores you might have got on some ammo in y'all's area. Again, if you enjoy the videos, hit all the standard buttons down below. All of that really does help a lot. Check out my affiliate links down below in the video description. You know the deal with that Amazon. If you shop through there anyway, hit up that storefront link first. You'll go straight through Amazon like normal, and anything you buy anywhere on Amazon after that, I get a kickback from them towards the channel. The same goes for the Axle links. If you're in the market for some really nice ear pro, check out those GS Extreme earbuds. I absolutely love those things, and you can save a lot of money if you click through those links instead of going straight to their site. Again, a big thanks to Mike for sending this stuff out for testing. I appreciate all my Range Gang members and every single one of y'all out there for supporting the channel. Tons of good stuff headed y'all's way, so be on the lookout for that. And in the meantime, stay safe, stay prepared, and I'll see you soon.